Welcome to Fayetteville in Focus, our show highlighting stories from around town.
Every 2 weeks, a new episode will air on FayTV, the City of Fayetteville's government access channel. FayTV airs on Channel 7 on Spectrum Cable. It's also streamed online at faytv.net.
And there's plenty more that can be found online by liking the City of Fayetteville on Facebook or following us on YouTube.
Starting out our show this week, we'll take a look at some of our recent happenings in our Fayetteville in 5 news segment.
And in our feature story, we highlight some of the community outreach program the city has to promote education and career success for local students and adults.
And wrapping up the show, Gavin and I are switching things up, and Gavin will be hosting the Out and About segment.
That's right, I'll highlight a partnership between the city and the Downtown Alliance to bring historic tours via Carriage Rides downtown. So let's get started with the show.
The Fayetteville-Cumberland County Crime Stoppers organization hosted their 33rd annual barbecue benefit during the kickoff of the Dogwood Festival. More than 50 volunteers, which included law enforcement, students from Fayetteville State and Methodist universities, and friends and families of board members, served an estimated 2,900 plates of barbecue, coleslaw, and potato salad. This year's event raised more than $24,000 from donations and plate sales, of which net proceeds helped to fund the Crime Stoppers program. The barbecue is one of Crime Stoppers' largest fundraisers. Crime Stoppers provides cash rewards for information that leads to the arrest of a suspect who is associated with an active investigation. The City of Fayetteville was among 22 North Carolina municipalities to earn recognition in the North Carolina City and County Communicators Excellence in Communications Awards. More than 133 entries were received in various categories. The City of Fayetteville received a first place award for the city's Hurricane Matthew informational campaign. The city's corporate communications department extensively promoted the status of city services, weather updates, and safety information using multiple platforms and methods. The judges commented that the Hurricane Matthew informational campaign provided a significant convergence of importance and urgency. They indicated that the Fayetteville team rose to the challenge, possibly saving untold lives, while also generating vast amounts of social and traditional media reach. Recently, City of Fayetteville employees took part in the annual United Way Days of Caring event. Days of Caring is an event where community volunteers give a couple of hours or a day to help one another. City volunteers assisted in various projects that helped to meet a variety of needs in our community.
Compassion, courage, and integrity.
On May 4th, 20 new graduates took the oath to serve our community as Fayetteville firefighters. Graduates completed an 18-week training program where they learned everything from ropes, ladders, hoses, fire alarms, and communications, to fire behavior, flashover, fire control, and hazmat techniques. During the ceremony, badges were presented to family members to be pinned on the graduates. Blue shields on the helmets, which represents recruits, were replaced with firefighter shields. Special recognition was given to graduate Jonathan Robb. He was presented with the Thurman C. Bishop Award for his outstanding performance in the program. Jonathan has been one of the highest scoring recruits in the coursework given. Firefighters from several stations throughout the city attended the ceremony to welcome the graduates into the Brotherhood of Firefighters. Progress continues on the Rowan Street Bridge replacement project. Bridge construction began early this year to replace the current Rowan Street Bridge, which is 60 years old and no longer meets design standards. The $24.3 million project will transform the bridge into 2 smaller bridges that will cross the CSX tracks at Hillsborough Street and nearby tracks owned by Norfolk Southern Railroad. The current 4-lane bridge will be replaced with 6 lanes, 3 in each direction, and will realign Bragg Boulevard, Rowan Street, and Murkison Road into a new intersection at the base of the bridge and will provide a more direct route to Fayetteville State University. Currently, the replacement project is in Phase 1, which consists of reshifting traffic patterns on the current bridge, allowing crews to construct the new bridge over the railroad tracks. Drivers should be aware that a closure and detour affecting southbound traffic will begin on Monday, May 15th, and will continue for 1 month until June 15th. Motorists traveling east on Bragg Boulevard from West Rowan Street to Rowan Street will be detoured left onto the Martin Luther King Jr. Freeway and then right onto Ramsey Street to continue to the intersection of Grove, Rowan, and Green Streets. The closure is necessary to relocate sewer lines to accommodate the construction of 2 large culverts. The expected completion date of the project is May of 2020.
Good, good. Now, I want you to zoom in. See the 2 seats that are underneath the word Fayetteville? I want you to zoom in on those 2 seats. Recently, a class from Southview Middle School paid a visit to FayTV and tried their hands at television broadcasting, whether standing in front of a green screen giving a weather report or working on the camera. The students got a taste of what it was like to work in a television studio.
I remember all the controls. So there was 4 lights, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and each one represented a camera, and whichever button was lit was the one you were controlling. And then you had the 4 screens in front of you that were the cameras, and then this one right here was zoom. Like if you went like that, you'd zoom, and then this one was to move the camera around. And see, like they're moving right now. and then at the top of this one, you controlled the iris, so it would get you could make the tone deep, or you can make it like really light.
Nice.
And then for this one, it was the focus. So like if you had to pinch it and turn it, and it would focus. And then
Right. You remember all that in that short of time?
yeah.
Wow.
And then the preview is the one that you can control. You can't change the program. Which I think you can't. You can't change the program. You can change the preview.
So now you want to explore it some more.
I want to go back in there. That was fun.
The students were visiting as part of Cumberland County Schools Students at Work Week, a program exposing students to the different careers available to them.
It's so very vital. We're finding that students, they only know what they're exposed to. So it's so important for us to get them out and about and for them to see and experience careers that they didn't know anything about, or many times never even imagined that they could unlock a fire, a passion, exploring careers they didn't know anything about.
The Students at Work Week is just one of the programs that the City of Fayetteville is involved in to help improve the future options for local students of all ages.
And we're doing a lot of great things here. From our shadowing program, where we work with Cumberland County Schools and bring in youth that are in middle school, sometimes a little bit older, to shadow folks in our various departments. Really gives them an idea of the types of jobs out there. Often young people don't think about government as a career, and this is an opportunity to expose them to government opportunities. The other thing I would say too is we have a program called STEM, and we work, again, it's a partnership with Cumberland County Schools, with PwC and the private sector. And what we are trying to do here is give young people, typically rising seniors in the high schools in Cumberland County, an opportunity for a 6-week internship in one of the city departments, a PwC department, and a private sector organization. Last year we had 15 kids. This year we have great support from our city council, as well as Public Works supported the effort, and we're going to be bringing on 30 kids. And then just another example I wanted to share too is that we also have a memorandum of understanding with Methodist University and with FSU, where we're bringing on young people for typically 3-month internships. They will work out of the city manager's office, but on special projects that have an impact in our community. And a big part of that is really the networking within the organization, and then we end up with them presenting their project to the executive team.
Another partnership between the city and the VA is designed to help local veterans find work and experience.
Well, actually, because I couldn't find a job, I was having a hard time because, like I said, I didn't have experience. I went into the vocational rehabilitation program, the Voc Rehab, through the Veterans Affairs, and then so they actually got me this internship here with the city.
Despite serving proudly in the Army and earning a bachelor's degree to work as an analyst, she was still having a hard time finding work. Like the old saying goes, there's always a catch-22.
Because I've been trying to find a job since I graduated in 2015, and again, everybody wants me, but I have no experience. And then I can't get any experience because nobody wants me, so.
It's really the only program of its kind in the state of North Carolina, and there are very few of these programs in the country with local government. But it's an opportunity for us to work with some of our disabled veterans that are transitioning out of the military, and we're under no obligation, the city, to hire these veterans permanently. However, most of them will work 6 months to 12 months. They are paid by the federal government, and they get, we're not talking about any job, we want to make sure they're getting meaningful work.
An added benefit of all the different partnerships and educational programs is to lay the foundation that will help prevent the problem of brain drain that other communities and our own face.
My gosh, it's incredibly important. One of the biggest challenges I think we have in this community is we have a lot of talented young people, but after they either graduate high school and decide to go off into a career, or they finish, get a university degree, oftentimes they leave the community. We need to have things in this community that will keep them here so that we can retain the best and the brightest.
Whether it's a middle schooler, a seasoned veteran, or somewhere in between, there's much to be learned and gained.
My favorite part of the day personally was meeting I can't really remember all their names, but I met a lot of people today, and to basically see how many, because sometimes you might just get the image of it takes one person, but in all actuality it takes a full group of people, you know, to depend on somebody, so you have to work together. So teamwork is very essential. So the fact that it kind of just goes back to you saying networking with people and stuff like that, because you can't do it by yourself. It's a lot of stuff. Like how I said, she makes the maps and stuff like that, but then she needs somebody to collect the data. Sometimes she can do it herself, but at other times, some people go out and do it for her, and then give her the data, and then in that way she can make the maps or whatever she needs to do. So my favorite part of the day was just seeing how everybody just comes together and works on one project or whatever.
Anytime you see a student's, the light come on, where they go, wow, I didn't know about this, that's very exciting. When they think, I had a student that was interested in a nursing career, and she was very excited, and she got the opportunity to find out about music therapy, an area that she had never thought about, and she was so excited because that combined her two favorite things, nursing and helping people, but tying in that music component. So it's very rewarding to work with students. Also, when they find out that something is not what they thought it was, and they go, oh, that's definitely not what I want to do. I thought it was going to be something else, or I thought I was more suitable for that. So it's just exciting, like I said, when the light comes on and they go, I love this, this is not what I thought, but this is what I'm going to look into now. So it's opening doors, and that's exciting to be a part of.
Well, in this out and about section, I'm down here today at the Fayetteville Area Transportation and Local History Museum, and I'm joined by Hank Parfit. He's with the Downtown Alliance, and there's a new partnership going on between the City of Fayetteville and the Downtown Alliance to help bring some downtown history tours via carriage rides. Tell me a little bit about these carriage rides, Mr. Parfit, and what, if you came out, what would you see?
Alrighty, well, we started these last year as a way to teach people about the tremendous history that we have here in Fayetteville, going back to the 1700s, colonial times before the Revolutionary War. By the time after the Revolutionary War, this was a very important center of trade and commerce because of the Cape Fear River, which was like I-95 today. So you had Wilmington at the mouth of the Cape Fear, you had Hillsborough, which was sort of the gateway to the backcountry, and then in between was Fayetteville, where we received goods up the river from England, and then raw goods were shipped from the backcountry through Fayetteville, down the river, and then to Wilmington, and then overseas. So it was a very important inland port in that period of time, and that's how it grew into a city of considerable size and importance back in the 1700s and early 1800s.
Now, I understand these history tours are the second Saturday of every month between now and, is it September, August?
November. We go March through November, yeah.
Excellent, and it's a 45-minute tour. So during this 45-minute tour, where will you be heading?
We'll start out on Hay Street and tell the folks all about the origin of the name of the streets. Where Hay Street is just one block over from an old colonial road called Old Street. We'll go up here to through the Transportation Museum, then go down to Cool Spring Tavern, which is the oldest structure in Fayetteville, dated to 1788. And then come back through the Market House and talk about that area downtown, and then come back up to 222 Hay Street, which is our starting point.
Excellent. And I understand there's a small fee for the rides.
It's $25 a person, 45-minute tour. And for military ID, it's only $20. And for children under 12, it's only $15.
And if somebody wanted to sign up early, because I know you want to make your reservation in advance, where can you go?
Yeah, reservations are a great idea. And they can call 222-3382, area code 910-222-3382. Or our website is visitdowntownfayetteville.com.
Excellent. And you, of course, will accept walk-ins as they become available, so it's always a good idea to go ahead and make those reservations in advance. So we hope to see you out on the carriage rides. I hope you get a taste of what downtown Fayetteville has to offer and all the wonderful history our community has. So in this edition of Out and About, back at you.
This will wrap up this episode of Fayetteville in Focus.
We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to watch this or any other FayTV programming, visit us on the web at faytv.net.
So remember to like us on Facebook.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
And keep watching our live stream on our website or on Spectrum Cable Channel 7.
Thank you for watching FayTV.